Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a very carbonated, reed gassy lemon and lime soda. So welcome back to the game where previously we were filling up the low and medium risk cell blocks after finishing the building, and then we start construction on the left, which is our final 2 cell blocks actually, which is going to be the max sec, so low, medium, high inmates over here, and then tentatively we put this in, which is supermax, which is going to be for like legendary prisoners or people that were high risk but maybe a little bit high risk, so like extremely volatile and deadly and all of those traits that you really don't want in the main sort of body of the facility. However, people have suggested we change that up, but more on that later. The big main takeaway was this escape here, which is 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 inmates started tunneling and finished tunneling because they did indeed get out. Not 9, I believe there was only 6 in total, if memory serves. Yes, prisoners escaped 7. It was 6 via tunneling, and then the other one was the run out over here, which is at the very early part of the series. But overall, construction is going very well. Management is also there. We are going for the Reform Prisoner Initiative grant, which is to achieve 100 reformed prisoners after release. We've already done the grant, which is get the reoffending rate to 30%. I believe it's a little bit higher now. It's at 34, but that's because we've got now medium risk inmates, so naturally there might be some traits that are of note. But yeah, the main takeaway is that things are going quite well, and hopefully within the next couple of episodes we will be able to finish off, well, this facility. I don't know if we're going to go for expansion, more on that later on, but we'll see. We need to finish off building over here, so at minimum I would like to get at least the area down here done, which is going to be the high risk. We'll at least get it planned off and start with the construction, which is basically going to be this, but sort of cloned over and such. I'll have to do it all manually, however. And then there's this area, which, as I mentioned earlier, this was originally planned to be... Well, it's wall supermax, so instead of having the high risk inmates, anyone that's sort of high risk, then they could go over here. So any with like legendary prisoners and stuff, which we can intake. If we go over to intake, we can see that we do have, like I said, legendary prisoner, 15,000 advance payment, and then one's available, so we can do that. However, it would be a little bit of a waste of space, but it also fits in with the design. Many people have suggested we go for the criminally insane, but that was never the original intention of this one, and I sort of want to save that for a new build. Yes, we could go with expansion, but anyway, we shall see. Like I say, main focus is over here. So how are we going to do that? Well, let's just remove all of this section here, because, like I say, this is going to be basically this but cloned, which means it's this but flipped, which also means it's going to be an absolute nightmare for me to deal with. So let's just see what I can do. So I want to make sure that this is correct, and I think it is. I'll be able to check by measuring the middle. It should be 5 by 5 by 6, like that. Yes, and this is from the door, so 5 by 5 by 6. Yes, that's fine. So you've got 3 along here, and that's all good. You've then got 1, 2, 3, 4, which should all be the same apart from the end one. So it's 6, 6, and 6. So yeah, you can see that. So we'll do that in here. So we'll go for 6. There's a wall, and the entrance would be there. And then I'll just eyeball it, which I think is that. And yeah, there you go. And then finally we'll go for that, which should be 7. Yeah, that should be good. I'm just going to double check here, and it is 7 there. So then this runs up, and then we'll have another one that goes up, and then up, and you get the idea. And then this goes across. Now I don't know exactly where. I'll have to double check from the edge here. So from the edge here, it is... Oh, is that correct? It is not, because this should come across like that, and it's 1, 2, and then opened up here. And oh, let me pause it for a second, because something's gone on. Water pipe has burst, and I can see water is flooding in the middle there. So this is where we've got one of the events, and we will indeed plug that gap, and then we will prioritize it. The metal detectors, I'm hoping, are not going to short out, but I will, let's say, prioritize that. This is something that we don't often see, especially as of late, because frankly, I don't run with the events on a lot, mainly because of subsidence, but I haven't got like that Yeah, I've got that to deal with on this one. Anyway, so we will clear that one up, and we can see that the pipework is in there. You can see all of the water is spread absolutely everywhere, but it should be totally fine now, and there we go. That's all good. Water's receding, it's all draining away, and yeah, job done. Right, so as I said, we've got this area here. So the first thing I want to make is what's going on over here? It looks like we have Paul Shopland, who is volatile and spoiling. However, Bowen here, our guard, has got a they've got a stun button. And there's that dealt with. Fine. All right. Let's finish off around here then. So it was a distance of 4. Just gonna check here. 4 indeed. So not that. Distance of 4. Yes. And then the doors go like that. And then it is a 6. So we'll go to there. 6 and goes across. And then there is 2 on the other side. So that should be 6 and that should be 6. Which it is. And then there's your doors. And then obviously I've done the other side as well. Which is just the one. Just the one cell block. Just the one cell, should I say. And again, I'm just going to double check it. So it should be 8. Which is good. And then you've got this side here. So, yeah. Just going to measure it from the end. 6. 6. And 6. So that's fine. Okay, let's go for a bit of walls and lighting. So the walls should be the easy part. Actually, I'm going to go for walls max sec. And then I'm going to go along here. And like that, because it doesn't actually matter. And then the walls super max, because I'm still going to potentially have this as super max. Doors wise, we're going to have in a jail door in there, and then this one will be, what have I got for that one? A jail door red. Well, that is correct, because you can't, there's no like real dark red doors, so it's going to be a large on there. So these inmates here, even though they are going to be legendary and high risk, they still will have access to the center. Well, actually, maybe not the legendary ones, maybe not the supermax inmates, but certainly the high risk ones. And then what I'll do is I'll go for another split regime. So that's obviously the original idea, is to split this up, and that should be correct here, because I've split up the E times. People have said, why don't we put more sleep in the middle? Going back a couple of episodes, which obviously they've probably not seen, we tried to put sleep time in the middle, and basically anywhere between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. they will not sleep. The rest of it they will. Actually, might not. It might even be slightly different, but it's around about that. So yeah, you have some problems on that front, but we'll do what we can. Anyway, over to objects and lighting, and I'm just gonna place some lighting in the corridor here, because, well, it is a little bit dark, and I'm gonna just sort of put them around here. Not too concerned over the position, just something like that. Why not that? That should do. And we'll have some along here. It's probably outside there anyway. Yeah, there you go. So it is already outside these cells. And then I'm going to do one of the cells, and then, oh wait, can I do one of the cells and then clone it? I probably could, but in reality, should I? Oh, you know what? I probably will clone it. Because I can clone this over to this side and flip it and move it. And, well, I'll see what I can do. But the main thing is to get the lighting in, and then this area here, because this is going to be our security, like so. And Sneezingtons. And what we'll do is I'll put in the... Oh, I'm going to have to put all of the other stuff in. That's the problem, actually. When you have a security room, you have to put in things like the filing cabinet and everything else. So filing cabinet, and then the desk, and then a chair, which can go like that. And then I need a door control system and a CCTV monitor, which I think that might fit in. If it doesn't, I will happily rip out the rest of it, because it basically has to connect up like this. And let's go with wiring and a door swervo, so that'll swerve like this. There and there and there. And then we also want some CCTV, which again I'm going to sort of copy from this area. So 1, 2, 3. So it is 1, 2, and 3, and it's going to be 3. Ooh, where do I place that? Like that. And then there and there. And then that's all of the cameras in this one. So that's 6 cameras, but you can have a total of 8 on that. Back over to some flooring, and we'll put the max sec along like so. We're going to put the... Sorry, that's the super max. Then we'll put the other walls along here like this, and I'm probably just going to place all of the walls. Just get the walls done, make it easier on all involved. Why not? Because, like I say, I will probably go for... I'll go for 1 bit of cloning, and then I'll change up the flooring, because the cloning thing will be different, and then sort of go from there. Okay. There's a tentative plan. And we make sure it's, you know, it's KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Because that's what I'm trying to do. This, I think, will have to be altered because it just... I don't think we're going to have the 2 guards here because they're occupying the same space. So I might have to shift the filing cabinet along a little bit. But I'll see what happens when the guards come to work on this one. And... guard required to operate. There are guards coming along. But I don't think it's going to happen unless it's just simply not connected up. It might be because there's no connections and it's not doing anything there. Well, we'll put the door connections in first. There's the obvious one. And then that allows us decent access. And CCTV. There's 2 of them. 3 of them. 4 of them. I don't know why they're doing it in that order, but it is what it is. I don't know why I'm doing this because I'm going to have to redo at least one part of it, I think. But it's almost certainly going to be the door control system. The rest of it is planned. So that's all good. So we got the bottom one done first, then the top. And yeah, so what I'll do is I will... Oh. Paul Slater has murdered... They have murdered the parole lawyer. And they've already stopped fighting to do process prisoner. Okay. I haven't got anyone assigned in there. I don't think it would really matter, even if there was someone in there. I ideally want someone with tasers and stuff, but yeah, I say it's not going to matter there. Right, so this is going to move up to here, which means that the standing position will be there. So it should technically work. Let's see if that is actually the case. You can see the guard has now moved to this one. So that should be fine. Power connections is wrong. How is the rest of the facility being powered, actually? Hang on. This is... Oh, no, sorry. I was going to say, how is the facility being powered when the power's coming from down here, but that's not got a connection? No, the power's down here, but the facility is currently without water, because that's where the electrical cable to the water pump went. Okay. That's... you can hear the noise there of that coming back online. Okay. So, we will go to the door servos, and both of those are now operated. Yep, that's fine. Excellent. Okay, so how am I going to do this? I think I'm going to go for quick build, custom, and cloning. And I know it's going to be a bit of a waste, but I will do that. Rotate it and flip it. Actually, no, wait, don't need to flip it. One there, one there, one there. And then finally, there. That should be fine. And then I'll do the rest of them, which is going to be rotate, flip. No, flip, there. Yeah. I don't know if everything will be cloned, but I'll do my best. Obviously, there needs to be an area here that we have to, where prisoners can eat. This is going to be changed to max sec, which is fine. The outer bit should be staff only, which it's not. Then, to be honest, I think all this is going to be staff only. I think I might just keep the max sec and the super max completely separate. I don't see why we can't do it. I'll have to, you know, probably make some changes, but let's see how we get on. Let's just run some power like so. And the rest of it should be alright. Although, maybe not, because I didn't run it like that. Then that'll be fine. Okay, so that'll run the rest of it. And like I say, I'll change the flooring in here. So the flooring I've got is like a red carpet in here. I'll probably do something similar, but I want the carpets to be, or the flooring to be different. So a red carpet matches up probably better with this one. But I don't know what else we can get in here. Unless I have red carpet in these cells. And then... let's just try it. Red carpet in here. And then maybe this one just metal flooring. No, red carpet's going to go in here. So what can I have in here to make it a bit different? Laminate. I want it to sort of match up. We've got the iron flooring in here. Brown carpet? No, see that's over here. I always come to stress over this sort of thing. Mosaic floor, maybe? Try mosaic floor. I've got some mosaic floor in places. I don't think it's going to work, but I'll try it. No, not a big fan of that. Because we've got the cargo floor in here. Then we've got the iron floor in here. Then we've got the brown carpet over here. Red carpet almost certainly in here. So it's just this one. I mean, wooden flooring might not look too bad, but it's going to be expensive. You've got the dark wood floor. Yes, I don't like that already, that wood. Maybe dark wood. Just to see what it looks like. I actually do like the look of that, but it doesn't really match up with the theme we're going for. Dark wood. No. I think it's going to have to be maybe metal. No, I've got metal in there. No, I haven't. Let's try metal floor. I mean, I could just keep it simple and go with concrete. Fancy tiles in not. Padded, no. Bamboo and flower field, no. Reclaimed rubber. That's quite dark. Oh, there's also modular. Triangular tiles. What's the triangular tiles look like? I bet they're expensive as well. Oh, only 25. This is where I just go bankrupt because I'm spending all the money on. Oh, actually, I don't mind that. I quite like the look of that. Yeah, it's different. I don't know whether it's good different or bad different. You know what? I'm not going to go... I'm going to go with the triangular tiles in here, and then I'm going to go with the metal flooring in here, because these are like all the high-risk type stuff anyway, so you really want that easy clean type of... setting. Okay, let's get all this placed in here. So, a lot of this, as I said, can be cloned. So, quick build, custom, and cloning. And we're going to clone this now. Although I will wait for that to be finished first, because it only clones it there. And then that one is sort of right. And then rotate. Well, flip it. Flip it. Flip it. It's like that, right? But the rest of it we need to just do ourselves, because there's like nothing in the corners on these ones. Oh, there is a grand completion payment, and that is probably, yes, we have now 100 inmate capacity. In terms of grants, we've got cell block D. We'll never get that amount. I should probably go to intake here and fill capacity. There we go. I'm not going to do it around here, though, because, well, there's enough going on. What I will do, however, is go to canteen and place a canteen in here. How far does it go? I think it just goes to there, yes. And then a common room. A common room. I think I just did this. Did I? No, full thing. Like that. That's fine. Because these are not classed as cells, because they're not finished, the workers are having some problems opening and closing these doors. Once they are set to cells, then it's actually all fine. So we can house 39 more inmates. That's just the, you know, my issue there. I've turned that off for a while, the intake. Let's just have a quick look at our patrols then. So patrols, we need a dog patrol around here. And let's have blue patrols. I might as well put them in here as well, because eventually they are going to be occupied. Assign guards, like that. I will also have a magenta patrol around here. And probably around here as well. What's going to be dog handlers, like that. And I am going to hire some more dog handlers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in fact. And guards, probably not so much. Chief, just discovered the one the teachers we bring in for the inmates classes have been smuggling huge amounts of contraband. They've been fired, but the damage has been done at this point. We will do a shakedown tonight. Okay, that's fine. These are getting built, so that's fine. I do need to put in the flooring. Yeah, the flooring in here. Deployment is set fine. That's going to be max sec. That is a bit of a security problem there. That shouldn't be there. That's wrong. Let me go to, well, sell. And sells to there. Sells to there. Sells to there. And then this one I need to change as well. Because it'll make the whole thing one. And I need to put this back here. The reason I need to change this is because having a gap like that is not actually a problem under any normal circumstance, but any escape mode that can be glitched out. It is a glitch. You know, we'll call it what it is. It is a glitch. An exploitation of unintended game mechanics. Otherwise known as you're being a bit cheeky. However, we shall sort it. Concrete tiles. Right. Concrete. Concrete. Oh, another escape. Really? Right. Let me deal with this. There. And how many this time? Yep, definitely a tunnel. Just the one. But it's still more than is ideal. Now, one would imagine... Let's do that shakedown that I mentioned. I'm also going to hire 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more staff. Said I wasn't going to hire any more staff, but that ship has sailed. I'm also going to go for a couple of cooks as well. And even another doctor. Or 2. Cash flow is fine. But yeah, interesting. Where's all that stuff coming from? Well, naturally, there's 3 places that I can think of. For a start, both of the workshops and then the laundry. Even though there's nothing shown. Oh, there I was going to say, there's nothing showing the laundry there. The rope, look at that. The rope disappeared for a second there. That's definitely a rope coming from there, though. Okay. Anyway, let's finish off here. So it means, for a start, water pipes. The water pipes just run... Well, these ones are simple. And then the large pipe, I've just sort of ran a different route. I'm going to do that. That should be fine. I'd like to run the one at the top, but I know I'm just going to forget it. So, yeah. Right. Let's go with the canteen. And I'm going to build, just for the sake of ease, really, this here as well. So we'll zoom in, and it's going to be a swerving table, but it's going to be a small serving table. So we have it facing down on the edge, which means obviously I need to then flip it and rotate it and all of that. We then have a table which goes in there, I believe. Yes. And then the Benchington, like so. And then it is phone booths. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's perfect there. Right, also, common room. Common room. Pool table. Come on, rooms. There we go. Come on, rooms. It's one there, one there. One there, one there. Prayer mats. Prayer mats. I've got them. Just run across. How many? That'll do. And that'll do. And where is the other one? Other noises of confusion are also available. Where was it going to go? Actually, I don't think I need any more than that. For now. Okay. I'll just let it roll with that. Let me just go over to programs and staff programs. See, that's actually running fairly well. Other normal programs. Parole hearing is still the real dodgy one. Sadly, it's not as... I know therapy. Meeting room, not going to happen. Conflict resolution is a meeting room. No. So there's lots of programs we can run, and we're running a lot. We are running a lot of them. I'm not going to put any more in this queue because a lot of this is just the backlog from just receiving inmates. So I'll sort that out. Let's go over to intake and turn on max sec and double check that that is correct. We've just finished a grant due to administrative error. Completion bonus has been doubled, and that is, I believe, release prisoners. 138 prisoners have been released. However, if I check here, release prisoners, that's not going to tell me in there. But basically, it's 100 prisoners. Excellent. Okay. I mean, I might as well get... What else can I get? Cell block D. Might as well pick it up. Might as well pick it up. Alright. Deployment's all set there. Change that to staff only. That's going to be Supermax. Yeah. Now, I don't want armed guards around here. That's just not going to happen. So, let's see. There is a problem. And, for a start, there's a tunnel. That's always a problem. And that, if we go over to our policy, I can see that all of these inmates here, they don't have any punishment solitary because I don't have solitary. I don't plan on having it. What I will do, however, is double any of their punishments. Which is probably a mistake. But I'll see what happens. But it's all in lockdown. Everybody's in lockdown. I'll match that with maximum. There you go. And privilege policy, we can see visitation. We don't have visitations on, but it doesn't matter. They're not going to... Prison labour we're turning off for these and visitation. Not that we have it anyway, so it doesn't really matter what I have visitation set to. They can get mail and they can do programs. You know, I'm going to turn the programs off for all of those. And the prison labour. There we go. Okay. So this privilege here, it's what the prisoners have access to. So, for example, the low-risk inmates can have visitation, mail, work in the facility, and do all of the programs. Same for medium risk. High risk I've changed so they just get visitation, which doesn't matter anyway because it doesn't exist in the facility, and then they get mail. Similar thing for the Supermax. The rest of it is yeah, it's blocked out, and I can't actually alter it for some inmates. So the death row inmates, we can't alter their privilege. The privileges, same for the protective custody and for the criminally insane. As you can see, we have now inmates. Right, let me just go for this, and I'm just going to see if there's... Oh, there is an ex-law enforcement, so you will be protective custody. Let me take some time in going to security and vulnerable. And there is prisoner Levers here. They're a snitch. Does state they're a snitch? Yes. There are a couple of, I think, ex-gang members in here, or something similar. Or is it informant? I think it's informant, where basically you, yeah, informant, they've been targeted by gang leaders. We don't have gang members or gang leaders, so it's not a problem. Yeah, what we also don't have is the connections for the phone taps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. So I do need to keep an eye on all of these guys and see what they need. I'm probably going to get another couple more cooks, actually. I think the kitchen is acceptable, although I'm guessing health and safety and the health inspector would probably disagree. However, it's there. Right, okay. Interesting. I mean, it's in. And I don't see any reason to not get building here. So this is our it's gonna be a Supermax area, and the doors for that are gonna have to be. Or you can have remote door maroon, so you can have maroon doors. Shall I have that? Shall I have maroon doors? Yeah, remote access doors. All these gonna be remote access. This is gonna get problematic, I can tell. And also, the doctor's calling. Prisoner has been seriously wounded in a workshop accident. Ooh. Send a doctor quickly. So, they're bleeding. They're very bleeding. Doctor. First doctor I'd come across. Please help out that inmate. And where they go? Rushing over. Oh, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Looks like Jace, who has completed training in guard taser, fire safety and first aid. You can see they've already dealt with it. There is a bit of a clean up on aisle 3 though. Sean Christom. Are you okay, Sean? Yep, straight back to work. Right, okay. Let's just go to our wiring and door servos. And I'll put in all of the door servos. Like so. And naturally we'll connect those up as well. So these door servos here. These are for the... You can see that's now completely access only. Oh, I've made a huge mistake. Can you tell what it is yet? Basically, once the doors are in, they can't open the doors to then install the remote door access door servo. At least historically. Although, one's just gone in, two's just gone in, I might just get away with it. I think I am. Okay. I'm wiring them up in a random way at the moment. And normally I would be exceptionally hesitant to do so. However, I'm not too concerned because... Oh, there you go. Look, if I right-click, it just breaks it. Right, I'll have to lock open. The reason I'm not bothered is because it gives you this big alert to say that, actually, we can't open that. You need to put the door servos in, which is what I was doing in the first place. But I'll do that, and then they'll get it all done, and then I'll set the rest of it. Oh, sorry. That's wrong. Because of these doors here, they're obviously having a bit of a problem there. And, their doors go around the other way. So all I'm doing is double-clicking and then double pressing R. And what that does is rotate it. And why is that one without power? Oh, because it's not in the right place. Well, that doesn't help, does it? That goes there. Lock open. Of all of the tasks we've done today, I didn't think this one was going to be the most tedious. There we go. Okay. We have high risk. You can see there's a lot of extremely somethings around here. Extremely strong, extremely tough, extremely quick. That's because the traits can be inherited and passed on. Some traits, at least. So, yeah. Okay. Right. I think we will leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Prison Architect. We have managed to build in one go, in one session, the high-risk area. Next episode is finishing it off, basically. And that includes a perimeter wall, because I definitely want one of those. As well as the area over here, which is going to be for legendary inmates. Or anyone that we deem it to be necessary. Let's see how we get on. And I'll probably do either an escape attempt or an extreme testing. Probably not. I don't know about the extreme testing, because frankly, yeah. There's only one way the guys are going to get out, and it's via this one, and there's so much security. I don't know how interesting it would be. Either way, we'll finish this off here, and then we'll go from there. Let me know what you think in the comments, and as always, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.